Hello pre-calculus students, this is Mr. McAllen, and today we're going to be talking about solving quadratic equations by extracting roots. Now this is a specialized form of solving quadratic equations. Normally we would factor or we'd use completing the square, but sometimes an opportunity presents itself so we can extract roots, and this only happens when we have the equation in the form of ax squared equals c. We have no b term involved at all. Normally, in a fully developed trinomial, we would have ax squared plus bx plus c, and this is where we would factor or use quadratic formula or use graphing. But sometimes if we just have given the two terms, we can go right to extracting the roots. So we're going to try with example 1. We're going to take the square root of both sides. So we're going to have 2x equals plus or minus 5. Remember, the square root of 25 is plus or minus 5. Now I'm going to divide by 2, and I'll get my two solutions. I'm going to get plus or minus 5 halves for the answer to this. Let's check that out by plugging it back in the original equation. 4 times the x squared value, so I'll have negative 5 halves. I'll square it. Does that equal 25? So if I square that, I get 25 over 4. Multiply by 4, and it checks out. And if I had the positive solution, the same exact thing would happen. We can also verify this through the use of Desmos. So on Desmos, I'll just cancel this out. We'll put in 4x squared, and I'll put on the next line 25, and when they're equal, they'll cross. Oops. And I'll just zoom out and move that down. So where do they cross? They cross at negative 0.5, and they cross at, negative 2.5 and 2.5, showing the symmetry of the solution I found earlier. One other problem we could do is another example. This looks a little bit more involved, but again, same basic concept. But this time I'm going to divide away the 4. I'm going to leave it as u plus 1 quantity squared equals 18 over 4. I'll simplify this to give me 9 halves. U plus 1 squared equals 9 over 2. When I square root both sides, I'm going to have u plus 1 equals plus or minus 3 over root 2. My answer is going to be negative 1 plus or minus 3 over root 2. Now if I rationalize that, I'm going to have negative 1 plus or minus 3 root 2 over 2. On the calculator, I'm going to compute what this decimal equivalent is, and then we're going to verify it with Desmos. So I'm going to pause the video while I do that. Okay, so I'm back, and I took what I found from extracting the roots, and I found the decimal approximation to it. And now, when we go to Desmos, I'm going to plug in this original equation and see how my solution verifies. So, on the, let me go to Desmos, and the first thing I have is the original statement on the left, 4 times the quantity u squared plus 1 squared, and I'm going to put in on the next line y equals 18 to see where they cross. So I just probe right over the top. I got negative 3.12. If I zoom in, I can see I get more accurate, negative 3.121, and I have 1.121. So that matches up with what my extracting root solution was from doing it by hand. Hopefully this video has helped you, and there will be a third part to this video where we go over some more methods for calculating roots using quadratic formula.